So this is something completely different. It's not about wills, it's not about burials or documents, but it's about spoons. My brother-in-law, Jeffrey Evens, was taken into a care home last year. And one of the nieces sent me a picture of all the things that were in his house. The only thing that interested me was this spoon here. And I managed to get her to send me a picture, and this is the monogram. And I really, really wanted it to say W, S, and C. Because if it did, it could be William and Sarah Cutforth. So Sarah, I have just written her story. Her second marriage was actually to the murderer, John Tawell, some of you may have heard about. But here, this was was it her first marriage with William? She was actually, for Joan's sake, she was actually born Sarah Appleby in North Shields, which is right next to Tynemouth, and her father was a master mariner. So those were the marks on the back. And I gave a presentation to the family about a few weeks ago about Sarah. And I mentioned that I was waiting to get more about these spoons. And one of the cousins said, I've got a spoon too. And this is the spoon. And she sent me the assay marks. And look at that. It looks remarkably like to me what it was before, what it was on Jeffrey's. So I put the two together. And as you can see, so the Sally spoon is on the left, Jeffrey's is on the right. So I'll talk this through quickly. So if you see, the assay marks to me are the same, and they actually come out. That's Newcastle, the three castles. And that was for 1825. To me, these are the same monograms. And from my point of view, they were made in Newcastle. So William actually came from Wensleydale and was working in Leighton Buzzard, and Sarah came from Tyneside, but they married in London at Peel Monthly Meeting. So why did they get two spoons? I don't know. It may have been her parents. It might have been his brother, who was a banker in Newcastle at the time, or Quakers at the time. So I've really quite enjoyed that. So you never know. If you talk to your family, you might find that there are things that you can connect up. I'll just go to the next one because this is some more spoons. This was sent to me by her second marriage. She is, by the way, the connection to me is my husband's great-great-grandmother, is Sarah Tawell. But these were from her second husband, I reckon, of his first marriage. I know that's complicated. And he was out in Australia for a lot of the time. He was a real rogue, I'm afraid, trying to be a Quaker all his life and never quite succeeded. But I'll just go through this very, very quickly. This is a little serendipity thing. She sent me this. Why on earth did it have a crane on there? That actually says JMT, John and Mary Tawell. It was made in London at a time when he was actually in London, and he was very much like to big himself up. I think he had these done himself. And then talking to another cousin, she said, I've got something like that too. And she produced this ring. Now, I think you'll see that they're fairly similar. This, we think, is a crane. This, we think, is a pelican. And in his house, John Tawell and his second wife, Sarah, they had a stuffed crane and a stuffed pelican. So who knows? Bit of serendipity. Talk to your family, and you never know, they might have tucked away in a drawer something that might be interesting, and you can link together. So that's me.